A very good evening and a warm welcome to this week's first edition of Primetime News. I'm Selima Shimwefeleni Masipa. We begin this evening's bulletin at State House, where President Dr. Hage Geingob earlier this morning received a courtesy call from Qatar's Minister of Energy Affairs, Saad bin Sherida Al Kabi.
And I'm also happy because that process, I didn't know anything about this investment you are making here until I came there. When I was interviewed. That's what I'm saying, go to the ministers, line ministers first. Don't come to me for this information. When you finish, as you do, come and say, we discovered well. Then I can talk to you. Then I congratulate you.
As you know, Your Excellency, the discoveries we have made with our partners here in Namibia are substantial discoveries. Two discoveries that we have made. One with our colleagues from Total and one with our colleagues from Shell. We are working very hard with our partners to try and expedite the appraisal process which precedes the development and the submission to the government for developing the finds. And we are trying to expedite that as much as possible to ensure that we can get that development finalized as soon as possible for the benefit of Namibia and the people of Namibia, and also for us as partners.
Namibia Special Risks Insurance Association Managing Director Njoura Shodongoro says they welcome suggestions on how to better communicate with farmers on the new agriculture insurance scheme.
This is after local farmers cautiously welcomed news of this scheme and said they would require clarity on what the product entails and how much it will cost. Nazria recently announced that the scheme will start with a pilot project in November in the Hardap, Omaheke, Ochodonjupa, Ohangwena and Oshana regions. It will provide crop and livestock farmers with long-term protection against natural disasters, amongst others providing crop and livestock farmers restock animals lost due to severe droughts or epidemics, protecting farmers against animal death or disability, and facilitating credit support in the farming sector from financial lending institutions as it can be used for collateral security. A number of farmers told Nampa, while it appears to be a good idea, they will need more information on the product.
Switching attention to the Oshothanjupa region, where a rather unfortunate incident transpired on Saturday when a farm worker reportedly burned to death while trying to put out a veld fire on farm Okarumwe, situated outside Kalkveld.
Nampo spokesperson in the region, Inspector Maureen Beyer, in an interview with Nampo, said the deceased has been identified by his close relatives as 33-year-old Kamulitua Jonah. It is alleged that Jonah was surrounded by the flames which he tried to put out on the commercial farm at about 1400 hours on Saturday. She said he was burned beyond recognition while he was trying to escape the fire. No foul play suspected so far in the matter, and an inquest has been opened at the Kalkveld police station. Police investigations continue. Reporting for Primetime News, I'm Michael Madimba.
On to the international scene. The Wall Street Journal says U.S. President Joe Biden's latest pardon for criminals convicted of marijuana possession under federal law is minimizing the dangers of drug use and has sent the country the wrong signal at the wrong time.
Biden announced on Thursday that he's pardoning all prior federal offenses of simple marijuana possession, while the United States has been under criticism over the push to legalize marijuana nationwide. However, federal convictions for marijuana crimes are typically not for simple possession, the paper said in an opinion piece, adding that the federal government is actually underreacting to illegal marijuana use. It noted illegal drug use is a catalyst for crime, which has been rising even as states around the country have liberalized their marijuana laws. It added, as today's marijuana gets more potent and young people are using it more frequently, with higher use has come an associated rise in mental health problems and crime. The article said if President Biden had really wanted to do something about the problems facing our cities and states' rising crime, addiction and overdose deaths, he might have done something to prevent illegal drug use. Reporting for Primetime News, I'm Michael Madimba.
When we return, 13th Ordinary Session of the Executive Committee of the African Ministers' Council on Water opens. Welcome to Primetime Biz, where we break down everything business and economics. The Executive Director in the Ministry of Agriculture, Water and Land Reform, Ndiyakupingi Tuamata, opened the 13th Ordinary Session of the Executive Committee of the Governing Council of African Ministers of Water in the capital earlier this morning. The event is being attended by members of the Ministers' Council Technical Advisory Committee from more than 25 countries over the next 4 days.
It gladdens my heart that we can move together today to have our very first physical exco since the breakdown of COVID-19 pandemic 2 years ago. As our member states and partners are putting together strategies and plans to build back stronger from the ravages of COVID-19 pandemic, the vitality of water becomes even more important now than ever. Indeed, water is fundamental to ensuring inter alia better public health outcomes, regional cooperation and integration, industrialization, food security and food self-sufficiency, transportation, peace, and development. This has been underpinned by such continental and global commitments, including the 2008 Sharm el-Sheikh Declaration for accelerating the achievement of water and sanitation goals of Africa, the Africa Water Vision 2025, and the Sustainable Development Goals Agenda of 2030.
Meanwhile, Tuamata revealed that Namibia's 16th World Food Day commemoration will this year be held in Ukwiyu-Shona constituency in the Oshana region.
Tuamata, in a media statement issued today, said her ministry, in partnership with the Food and Agriculture Organization, Oshana Regional Council, World Food Program, and the GIZ, will this year host the World Food Day on the 15th of October. The day will be held under the theme Leave No One Behind, Better Production, Better Nutrition, a Better Environment, and a Better Life for All. She said World Food Day is observed each year on the 16th of October to commemorate the founding of Food and Agriculture Organization in 1955, adding the day seeks to promote worldwide awareness of those who suffer from hunger and for the need to ensure healthy diets for all.
That's all the top news we had for you this evening. Stay tuned for the business and economics roundup, followed by the weather forecast. Welcome to Sport Planet. We begin with netball. Mighty Gunners Netball Club made history when they finished the 2022 season unbeaten following their 42-36 victory over outgoing champions Namibian Correctional Services in the final game of the season on Saturday. With the victory, Gunners finished the season with 44 points, while Namibian Correctional Services came in second place with 37 points. Third place went to the Namibian Navy with 36 points. Sitting at the base of the table, Northern Flyballers, Grootfontein, Blue Waters and Young Stars were all relegated to their respective regional first divisions. On to sport administration matters. The Minister of Sport, Youth and National Service, Agnes Chongarero, says the Normalization Committee at the Namibia Football Association is on the right track as far as the resumption of football is concerned. Chongarero, in a recent written response to the Popular Democratic Movement parliamentarian Maximilian Kachimune on the state of football in the country, noted several measures had been put in place to speed up the process of resuming football in Namibia. Stand by for your sports roundup. With the sports news, we've come to the end of tonight's Primetime News. Many thanks for watching. Do make a date with us tomorrow for the Tuesday edition of Primetime News. From myself, Selima Shimwefeleni Masipa, and the production crew, it's good night.